What's going on? What's going on? Greetings, 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 everyone. What's up? This is your brother Chief Kalanago Flying Eagle here with another little video. Make sure Facebook got audio. What's going on? All right, so we got audio. We got audio. What's up, man? What's up? Hope everybody's enjoying their Labor Day and you're keeping safe. All right. As you know, big things are going on. In Brooklyn, New York, we have the parade, on Eastern Parkway. It's part of, the tradition out here in Brooklyn, New York. So I'm getting ready to go on, what's called Eastern Parkway. And I will, show some videos, of, the costumes and, people enjoying themselves. It's part of the American Indian culture. You know, um, Unfortunately, they only celebrate it once a year. You know what I mean? Not realizing that's something that's part of our culture every day. You know what I mean? But anyway, with that being said, I'm doing a quick little video, just to send a message out. This is not directed to anybody in particular. It's just for anybody, I'm saying who pretty much they are actually on a path, towards what you may call righteousness or just being whole. You know what I mean? People have to realize that we live in the age of Aquarius. And what that means is everything that's done in the dark will come to light. And it's about being righteous. It's about doing the right thing. And that's what it's always about. So anyway, one of my homeboys, he called me earlier today. All right. And I suppose he had his wife on the phone, right? And he is like, "Hey, Chief, man, I want you to tell me where I was at Friday and Saturday and Sunday, all day and all night." You know what I mean? So I already know that his wife is in the background, but he trying to get me to, tell a lie. You know what I'm saying? And I don't play these games. You feel me? So anyway, and they already know. They already know. As a man, I don't play these games, right? So he keep reiterating, "Hey, Chief, yeah, I want you to tell me, man, where I was at all Friday night and all Saturday and all Sunday with the guys." I'm like, "Yo, bro, you're a grown man. You know where you was at. So wherever you say you was at, that's where you was at." You know what I'm saying? Because I know his wife in the background. You feel me? So he kept reiterating, "Well, I want you to tell me, where I was at Friday and Saturday and Sunday, all day, all night." I said, "Bro, wherever you was at, you was at. You're a grown man. You should know." You feel me? So he was like, "Yo, well, thank you, Chief. I'm glad you said it." I ain't say nothing. I just said, and I end the conversation like, "Listen, bro, you know where you was at. You're a grown man. If you say you was somewhere, that's where you was at." You feel me? My point is this, right? My friends already know I don't do this homeboy stuff. I'm not a boy. I'm a grown man. You feel me? And I'm just tired of the deception. And that's how people end up hurting people. You dig? Hurt people hurt people. And playing the games with women, whether you're a man playing a game with women, or you're a woman playing a game with men, or a woman playing games with women, or men playing games with men. The point is this: be a man or a woman about what you do. You feel me? I already told my friends, okay, I'm not going to lie for you. I'm not going to do that. So don't call me and try to use me as a scapegoat. You feel me? To lie to your wife. Don't do that. Now, if you want to say, "Well, Chief, hey, you're not a real homeboy, you're not looking out." Hey, guess what? I'm not a boy. I'm a man. I do man things. You feel me? And people have to grow out of this deception. You know what I mean? It is time to elevate and stop playing these games. You see, too many people are going around here hurting each other, deception all over the place. I don't do that. I'm real about mine. Anytime a woman meet me, the first thing I let her know is this: "Listen, I want you to know that I'm a man and I reserve the right to be with whomever I want. If I want 2 women, I'm going to have that. If I want 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 15, 100, 2,000, that's what I'm going to do." You feel me? I don't play these games. So they already know that. And I'm saying all this to say not to put anybody's business out there, because this is a general statement or a general video, so to speak, right? The point I'm making is this: too many people are out here deceiving people, hurting people, You claim to be a man, then be a man. Keep it real with your wife. You see what I'm saying? Keep it real with your wife. Don't play the games. Oh, well, I was by chief all weekend. You know what I'm saying? When you know that's not where you was at. Because what people don't realize is everything have karma. And I'm not going to, lie to your wife and then take up that karma that you're supposed to be getting. I'm not going to do that. And people don't realize how they got to protect themselves. They don't realize how they got to protect their energy. You feel me? I'm going to protect mine. You know why? Because I know I'm God. Nobody's waiting in the sky to judge me. Nobody's coming to save me. I am responsible for my own salvation. You feel me? Not no sky daddy, not no God in the Bible, no Jesus, no Buddha, no Allah, no Zeus. Nobody is coming to save me from my iniquities when I create them, but me. So I'm not going to lie for you and deceive your wife to be a part of this deception. And then Chief Kalanago is the one that's going to bear the karma or be a party to your karma. I'm not going to share it with you. You see what I'm saying? So if that makes me one of the, I'm not one of the homeboys, then fine. I'm a man and I'm going to do man things because that's what a man or a woman is supposed to do. Be real. I operate on natural laws. You feel me? I know whatever seeds I plant, that's what I'm going to sow. No, pardon me. Let me rephrase that. Whatever seeds I plant, that's what I'm going to reap because I reap what I sow. So this is a general statement or a message, not necessarily directed it to my boy because they already know who I am. You feel me? They know I don't play these games. You be a man about yours. You know what I mean? Don't be around us being, you're the man and you this and you that. But you cannot do what you do and keep it real with your wife. Or if you're a woman, keep it real with your man. Stop playing these games, man. Stop playing these games. If you want to be with more than one individual, let your partner know. Let your wife know. Let your husband know. If they want to deal with it, then they deal with it. You feel me? But stop deceiving people, man. I don't like that. It annoys me. In fact, that's one of my pet peeves. So if it means that I have to be single for the rest of my life, I'm going to be single. Because whenever I meet a woman, I tell her straight up, I don't care what you want to call it, whether you call it polygamy. I don't give it a label. The bottom line is I'm free to be who I want to be with. And I let you know right off the rip, period, point blank, before we get into any other conversation, day one, I'm letting you know, hey, I reserve the right to be with whom I want. If you want to be a part of that and you're cool with that, boom, we could go to the next phase. But if you cannot deal with that, then we need to end the conversation right now. And I've been that way for over 20-something years. This is nothing new, period. I like that. I like that, Sheree. You feel me? That's how I've always been. My son is 22. And when I met his moms, the very first day I met her, I asked her to have my son. I laid down the terms and conditions. Hey, listen, I don't want no relationship. I'm not ready to fall in love with anybody. I will love you. I will provide for you. I'll provide for my son because I already knew I had a son. A son was coming. I had the vision. I told her she was going to have a son. And even before she answered the question, I said, hey, do me a favor. Take 2 weeks to think about it because I don't want you to just say it because you're attracted to me. Take 2 weeks, think about it. And in 2 weeks, I'm going to call you. And if you decide yes, good. If you decide no, I'm going to ask somebody else. That was the conversation it was. Now, some people may say, well, Chief, man, whoa, that's crazy. Nah, I'm just real about mine because I get it. You see, that's what gods do. Gods don't play games. Y'all running around calling yourself gods, deceiving people, lying to people, playing these games. Y'all ain't no gods. Y'all are demigods. Y'all are fallen gods because you cannot keep it real. You feel me? And then on the other spectrum or the other side of the coin, you go around praying to Jesus and gods, but you're still deceiving people and lying to people. And then thinking, oh, well, you know what? From Saturday to Friday, I could be the devil, and on Sunday, all I have to do is go to church and ask for forgiveness. No, it doesn't work like that. You see, that's a scapegoat they give y'all. They give y'all Jesus as a scapegoat. Do what you want. Right before you die, you ask for forgiveness, and you go to heaven. It doesn't work like that. No, it doesn't work like that. That's why this is an illusion. You are responsible for your own hell or heaven based on your actions. You are your own judge. Nobody's judging you but yourself. Can you imagine if it was only based on this God, a jealous God, to make a decision as to who go to heaven or hell, and that God is jealous. Can you just imagine that? Hmm? How impartial that God could be. I mean, you have to just basic common sense. Basic common sense to let you know that's a riddle. It's a fairy tale. So I tell people, keep it real, man. Keep it real. Because you are the only one that's going to save yourself, nobody else. So don't call me to be a party of your deception. I refuse to be. Now, I'm not going to throw you under the bus and say, hey, you know what? Nah, you wasn't by me, but I'm going to play legalese. I'm going to answer the question, but not answer the question. You see what I'm saying? So to maintain my, how would I put it? My loyalty in a sense to my friend, I said, listen, you knew where you was at. So if you say that's where you was at, well, you know what? That's what you told the person. That's where you was at. But I'm not going to lie to you and say that you were by me. I'm not going to do that because I'm not going to ask anybody to lie for me. You see what I'm saying? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to tell my truth, and my truth is my truth. And it's really that simple, because when it's all said and done, no one is going to save me from my karma. And I tell people, if you just live your life by truth, it doesn't matter what anybody says. That's your truth, regardless of what. Let me tell y'all something, man. All right. I mean, I still make my little comments here and there, right? But I used to be totally against, you know, homosexuality and people being lesbian. I used to be totally against that. Now, I don't condone it, but if that's what you do, that's what you do. That's your life. Who am I to tell you it's right or wrong? You know what I'm saying? I make my little comments here and there when it comes to the Bible, speaking of it. But when it's all said and done, man, you do what you have to do. The point I'm making is your truth is your truth. Okay? The only person that could judge you, is your actions. If something is wrong with it, then guess what? When you meet your version of your creator, then you have to deal with that. You see what I'm saying? Because what people don't realize is every individual manifested themselves here. Okay? They manifested themselves here. Every creation got a creator. I wasn't created, so I don't have a creator. And when y'all get this, y'all will start freeing yourselves from the indoctrination. You dig? The only people that were created is mankind, or what you call humans. Man wasn't created. Man came through the woman, but not from the woman. You see, when y'all get this, y'all will know that ye are gods, and the woman is not your God. No man is your God. You are the God. And I'm using that term very very lightly. Very lightly. Because there have never been a time when man or woman never existed. We have always existed, just in different avatars, different expressions of our original selves, to the point where we didn't even have a self. Because I'm talking about the absolute. So coming back to stay on point, be true to yourself first, and then people will respect your truth. You feel me? I'm going to repeat that. Be true to yourself first, and then people will respect your truth. Whether they like it or not, whether they agree with it or not, they are going to respect it. Even if they don't let you know they respect it, behind closed doors, they will say, you know what, man, listen, I don't like the things Chief is saying. I don't like the way Chief is living his life, but I got to respect this man because he keep it 100. Because too many people are talking about keeping it 100, and you lie, you deceive people, you rob people. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, man. Because you come on the internet playing this holier than thou, you're so spiritual, you're so woke, and behind closed doors, man, listen, you're a dangerous individual. So for me, I put myself in a position not to take up anybody's karma. Just like anybody who make an attempt to hurt me intentionally, I do not forgive, because the universe don't forgive. You see what I'm saying? So when y'all read from this book and y'all don't get it, y'all have to realize that that book was put in place Yes, it's a great tool to help you, you know what I'm saying, evolve. It's a great book that have a lot of jewels to help you ascend. But at the same time, if you don't know what it means, it's a book that's going to enslave you for the rest of your life. And you don't realize that that book was used to enslave people and it still is being used today. Okay? And I'm going to reiterate this again. Even in the Bible, it says, again, the allegorical Bible, it says, thou shalt not have any other God but me. So who is me? Me is me, and me is I. And that's why I am that I am. And until y'all get this, y'all are going to be worshiping false idols. You feel me? It's period, point blank. So stop being afraid of your truth. Stop being afraid of the truth. There is only one truth. Is no some truth, a little truth, some of the truth, partially true. No, I deal with the truth, man. I don't see animals in nature begging for anything. Why? Because they know that the universe is going to provide. That's why I don't stress. I don't stress for anything because I know all my needs and wants and desires are already mine in abundance because I am highly favored. I am not blessed. I am not blessed. I am highly favored. So when you're living in truth, man, trust me, nobody could defeat you no matter what they do. They could defeat the flesh, but they can't defeat the man because the man is immortal. And until y'all get this, y'all got a very, very long way to go. Let me close this window real quick. All right. So you got to know who you are, man. Don't be afraid of the truth. So I'm asking y'all, not for me, I'm asking you for your own salvation. Stop deceiving people. As a man, if you meet a woman, it doesn't matter how attractive she is or how unattractive you think she is. It doesn't matter what she got or what you think she don't have. Just be real, man. Just be real. If she want to deal with you, she'll deal with you. And as a woman, do the same. Do the same. Now, I'm not saying that go out there and just be sleeping with anybody. No, that's not the point. Because I reserve the right to have more than one woman, it doesn't mean that I'm going to be out here sleeping with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because I could have a woman that's way older than me for a different reason. You know what I'm saying? Maybe for some knowledge, maybe to establish certain things. You see what I'm saying? So people have to get the concept of having these relationships. It's not always about something physical. You know what I mean? It's not always something physical. And it doesn't have to be because she's a sugar mama. No, it is because of the knowledge. It's because of the compatibility when it comes to certain characteristics that you're attracted to that person. Okay, whether that person is versed in different situations, different aspects, you're able to teach them things, they're able to teach you things, you support them in a certain way, they support you. It doesn't always have to be physical. Every relationship doesn't necessarily have to be a sexual relationship. And that's what people are getting misconstrued when it comes to being in a relationship with an individual. Okay? It doesn't have to be that way. Some relationships are just for procreation purposes. Okay? And I always see on the internet, women especially always mad at dudes for getting younger women. I already spoke on that. If you're in your 50s and your 60s and you can't have children, who you want me to go have children with? Goats? Pigs and cows? Of course I'm going to have children with a woman that's capable of having children. So stop getting mad at dudes for wanting younger women. That's what we're supposed to do. See, y'all got this twisted, man. That's why I say I'm a whole different breed, man. I'm a whole different man. I'm cut from a different cloth. So when I'm ready to have more babies, I'm going to have babies with women that's in their 20s and their early 30s, particularly in the early 20s, because I want strong, vibrant women to bring my God seeds here, man. I mean, so many people are living this illusion and they think they're being real because they, oh, well, I ain't got no religion. I'm spiritual. What the hell you know about being spiritual? Being spiritual could be considered as a religion if you got it twisted. It doesn't make you better than anybody who practices religion or believe in Jesus or Allah or whatever the case may be. Because true freedom, okay, when you are experiencing true freedom, you don't have any other gods but yourself. It is really that simple. That's why I am that I am. It's in the book. But y'all got other people telling you, no, it is something outside of yourself that you got to worship. Nah, man. I don't pray to no gods. Now, I acknowledge other gods. When I walk down the street, I see a brother, I say, what up, God? I see a sister, I say, hey, what's up, goddess? I acknowledge them, but I'm not going to worship nobody, man. Especially in the definition or the meaning of what people call worship today. Because worship is just to honor. That's what it means. Not to give somebody your life. Nah, man. Your life is your life, not to give anybody. That's a sacrifice. And y'all don't get that. When you give your life to other people, it is a sacrifice. So in religion, they're asking you to sacrifice your life to a man who supposedly died on a cross. That's a ritual. So live in truth, man. Live in truth. If you open up your mind and you open up your heart and you ask the universe to show you the light, show you the truth, I promise you the truth will come. It might be scary, okay? It might be a little nerve-wracking. You might have some fear in you. You will feel some butterflies, and it's okay. Why? Because it's going to challenge everything you were taught. It's going to challenge everything you thought was the truth. So cognitive dissonance will kick in. You will think that you are doing something wrong based on what you were taught. You think, yo, you know what? It might be blasphemy based on what you were taught. But don't be afraid to let go. Let go. It's okay. You're going to be all right. And when you finally come to that truth, trust me, man, you will feel immortal. You will feel like you are actually living in the absolute, because you are. You see, our five senses is what creates the illusion. So you see other people's perception of the truth. You hear other people's perception of the truth. You feel other people's perception of the truth. You taste other people's perceptions of the truth. You touch other people's perception of the truth. So the five senses is truly the adversary. The five senses is truly Satan. You feel me? So when you truly step into the truth, all those five senses, they're supposed to come together, unite, and become one. Now your eye be single. So now you're living in the truth. That means your third eye is open. You see things as a God, from a God perspective. So now you don't allow your emotions to get the best of you. You feel me? It doesn't mean that you're not compassionate. You see, when I speak and I tell people I don't dwell on emotions, oh, well, Chief, you're not compassionate. No, that's not what it means. I am very compassionate, but I don't allow my emotions to drive my compassion. It's two different things. You feel me? It's two different things. And everybody is supposed to face their karma. That is your judge. No sky daddy, no man in the sky with a long beard. I don't care what color you call him. Okay? No savior is going to come to save you. I don't care what color you call him, whether you call him Jesus, Yeshua, it doesn't make a difference. They were all man-made. It is all men, okay, that have the knowledge, that walk through the face of the earth. The same thing that you are able to do. Even in the allegorical Bible, Jesus said, if only you believe, you will go ahead and do greater things than I am. Now, let me ask you a question. If I am greater than Jesus and I could be greater than Jesus, why aren't you worshiping me instead of Jesus? When he said that you will do greater things than me, how can you do greater things than Jesus when he told you in his own words that you could do greater things than him? So how is that your savior? But a lot of you are afraid of the truth because, again, you think that you're going to some hell that was created when you're actually living in hell. You feel me? Once you go through this hell, and you have gone from to the bottom, there's no other way to go but up. So you are experiencing the hell right now. And if you make it, you're able to ascend into the Christ, which is the anointed one. So live your truth, man. Stop deceiving people, man. Everything you do, let me tell you something. Anything that I do in the light or anything I do in the dark, I'm able to do in the light. That's how I know I'm living truth. You feel me? Because when the lights come on, I ain't got to hold my tongue back. When the lights come on, I ain't got to run and hide. No, I tell you what I say in the dark, I promise you I could say in the light. That's when you're living in the truth. So I ain't got to call my woman or my women and say, hey, listen, you know what? I was by the boys all weekend, great, and call. Nah, babe, I was by such and such. You know what I'm saying? And if you want details, I'll give you details. If you don't want the details, then don't ask me no questions, because I'm not going to tell you a lie. Why is it so hard for people to just be real? Everybody wants somebody that's 100, but they themselves, they're not keeping it 100. Come on, man. Y'all want to elevate? Then be real, be true. That's it. Step back and look at your life and do an analysis of the way you live your life. Take a pen and a pad and put bullet points, okay? And start working on your flaws, man, if you want to ascend. Because I promise you, you're going to reincarnate here and do it all over again, possibly in a worse situation, because you are being deceptive and you don't realize that. That's why there are governments to judge you, because you are a minor, you are a child, you are not responsible. Learn to live your life by the laws of the universe. And one of the laws, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. It's really simple. All it means is this: whatever you plant, that's what you're going to reap. Okay? It is really that simple, man. And if you just live by that code, I'm going to do unto others as I would have them do unto me. Now, if you are a chaotic person and that's what you like, then I wouldn't suggest you do it unto others as you would have them do unto you, because that's what you like. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about if you don't want anybody to bring you any type of harm or hurt you, I suggest you live your life righteously. And what that means, all righteous means is just doing the right thing. We don't have to make it complicated. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to play semantics with the words. All righteous means is do the right thing. That's it. It is really that simple, man. And if you live your life and you do the right thing, or at least work towards doing the right thing, I promise you, the universe will forgive you for the mistakes that you make. You feel me? Because you are not doing things intentionally. But anytime you sit around and you plot, guess what? The universe is not going to forgive you. And whatever is coming to you will come 10 times fold. You don't realize the universe is powerful. When we created the universe, okay, we made the universe to amplify our needs and wants. So if you give, the universe will give you more. And that's how we created it, to give us in abundance. We created that. You feel me? That's right, Zazie. You cannot plant corn and get peas. That's facts. So whatever, remember, the universe is a womb. The universe is the soil. So whatever you put out there, your thoughts are the ones impregnating the universe. Okay? So that's called, what you call an immaculate conception. All right? Your thoughts is the one impregnating the universe, and the universe is going to give you that child. That's the Trinity. People don't get it. Okay? That's another version of a Trinity. So the child that you bear, when you bear that fruit, is the child of your loins. So be mindful what you speak, because it has power of life and death is in your tongue. And y'all take this for granted. Man, I'm telling you, don't know how powerful you are, man. You are God, family. You are God. Don't let nobody fool you and tell you it's something outside of yourself. There is nothing outside of you but you, because everything is a reflection of you. Come on, man. And so many gods hurting other gods, killing other gods. That's why God is not in unison right now because God is compartmentalized, broken up in pieces. And I'm talking about the manifestation of the gods. You feel me? So when you see another God, acknowledge, respect. Let us stop deceiving each other, man. Now, if you want to be an adversary to the gods, that's you, which is Satan. Anybody could be Satan because all Satan means is adversary. It is not a man with a pitchfork in hell sitting down, grinning, talking about, hey, well, God, I want this one and you take this one and we're going to share souls. No, man. No. You are your own devil and you are your own God. Now, which one you give the most energy, the one you feed the most is the one you will manifest. Period, point blank. It's really that simple. It's really, really, really that simple, man. You are the omnipotent. You are the omnipresence. I'm not talking about the flesh. Stop thinking you are the flesh. What drives the flesh is what I'm talking about. Okay? That engine. That's who God is. And that's you. You feel me? If we were to dissect the body, okay, and take the I am. I'm talking about the I am. Sometimes when you do something and you always be like, man, I should have listened to that little voice. That's that little voice that I'm talking about. If we were to take that little voice in every individual, guess what? It would just be one voice. But that voice, what we call God, or we call the Most High, what it did was it individualized itself. That's why we are called individuals. Individuals divided from the all, but yet still it's within. Look at the word. Individual divided from the all that's within. You feel me? So if you take that little voice and we were to go to every individual and take out that voice, okay, that engine that moves everybody and put it in one body of ocean, that would be the pure essence of what we call God in its true form. But people don't know that. They're looking for this individual. That's why they always like, well, God is a he, God is a she. No, God is not a he or a she. God is indescribable. Anytime you could describe your God, you got a problem. Because how can you describe something that cannot be described? That's why I know people are serving these false gods, whether you call him, Yeshua, Allah, whether you call it Buddha, whether you call it Yah, or whatever you want to call it, Yahashua. I don't care what name you call it. And give it a gender, then you are talking to a man or you are talking to a woman. Come on, man. Now, Jonathan said, let me see what Jonathan said. Jonathan said, I get what you mean. It's like how people get all emotional and open up when they are drunk and blame the alcohol, yet I can drink and I'm still aware of what I do. And thank you for everything. Oh, no problem. Yeah, absolutely welcome, man. Like, we have to learn and live in truth, man. You see what I'm saying? Now check this out. Let me see if I can find that for y'all real quick. Let me just show y'all, man. You see what I'm saying? Because let me go ahead and let me go to Numbers 23:19. And all this is part of my ministry work. All my teaching, I have a ministry. My ministry is called United Anion Weah Empowerment Ministry. It's a free church. All right. And all this, what I do and I teach, is part of my ministry. All right. So let me share this with y'all real quick. Okay. Give me 1 second before I get out of here. Now let us read this. Numbers 23:19. I'm going to wait for this to populate. All right. Numbers 23:19. All right. What does it say? Numbers 23:19. God is not a man that he should lie, neither the son of man that he should repent. Hath he said, and I shall he not do it? Or have he spoken, and shall he not make it good? It basically, I'm going to break that down. Why would they compare God to a man? It is because God is a man, but not a man in the physical sense, but a man in the absolute. You see, y'all got to get this. And y'all ministers and pastors will not teach you the way that Chief Kalanago is teaching you the truth. You feel me? Okay? So the true essence of God, okay, is a man that will not lie. So once you start living your life in truth, then you become what God is supposed to be. You become a true exemplary, or the characteristic or the manifestation of what God should be walking on earth. And that's what Jesus came for. Even if the man didn't exist physically, all right, but he existed metaphorically, in parables, in allegorical form. But he came to teach you how to be God, okay? Because you are the God, but he came to teach you how to live as the gods that you are. You feel me? So I'm going to read that again. Period, point blank. God is not a man that he should lie. So they're telling you indirectly, God is a man, but he don't lie. You see, when you read with understanding, then you're able to free your mind, my brothers and sisters. It is really that simple. Now, they're saying it from a man perspective, but I could also read this and say, God is not a woman that she should lie, because he doesn't have a gender. It doesn't have a gender. I promise you, when you are a woman and your higher self speak to you, you hear it in the form of a woman's voice. You hear it in the form of your voice. And as a man, when I hear that voice, I hear it as a man's voice. That is because God takes up the image or the characteristics of the avatar that it manifests in. You dig? That's why you will hear it in a female voice. So how can a female call her God a he? How can a male call his God a she? No. It is a manifestation of yourself. God is a reflection of you in the flesh. God is a reflection of a cow in the flesh. God is a reflection of a horse in the flesh, but in that avatar. Okay, a tree is God. And the further back you go into the ancients, especially in the Americas, we acknowledge everything as a living force. We respected everything. Okay, even a rock. You see, oh, well, a rock is not life. Yes, a rock has life. You feel me? Because the atoms are so compact, it's not moving. But if you were to take a rock and put it in another or in a higher dimension, then you wouldn't see it in the form that you were seeing it. So going back to the foundation of this video, live in truth. Now, I'm not saying that you will not make mistakes, all right? But don't let your mistakes be intentional. What I mean by that is, don't sit around and plot to hurt people. You feel me? Because you will have a karma, a heavy one, all right? But if something happens and it's not intentional, okay, it still doesn't mean you don't have to ask for forgiveness. And who are you asking for forgiveness? You're not asking no sky daddy. You're asking yourself for forgiveness. You got to forgive yourself before you could forgive anybody. You see, they're going to teach you that, but they're not going to teach it to you the way I'm teaching it to you, which is the truth. You did. So you have to ask for forgiveness for the people that you have hurt knowingly, unknowingly, intentionally, unintentionally. You have to forgive yourself for that. And you have to be genuine about that. And don't go back to doing it. Because every time you forgive yourself for doing something and you keep doing the same thing, that karma multiplies. And that's facts over feelings. So you are in control. You are in charge of your life, period. Every outcome, every turn, you are responsible for that. As a matter of fact, even before you manifested here, you had a pre-plan. You had a blueprint of your life. So everything that you are doing, everything that you are going through, I promise you, is something that you sat down and you wrote it in the book of life. What is the book of life? The book of life is literally, okay, not a literal book, okay, but it's pretty much allegorical writings of your life that's already written out there in the cosmos. Okay, it's a script that's already there. So everything that you're going to do, it's already written. Why? Because you wrote it before you manifest in the flesh. If you woke up today and you won the lotto, guess what? That was already written in your script. You feel me? If you woke up today, you walked on the street and you broke your leg, don't matter what you did, even if you had made the decision to take another route, you would have still broken your leg, because that's already written in your script. So we are our own authors. We are our own directors. We are our own script writers. We are our own producers. Because why? The only way you could produce is if you get up and you do something, and the results is literally what you produce from the action. So who's the producer? You are. Who's the writer? You are. Why? Because when you write, your writings are your thoughts. So that makes you an author. And if you decide to go left, go right, go up, go down, that means you are directing yourself. So you are the director. So when it's all said and done, who's God? You are. Anyway, it was great talking to y'all. I'm about to go out there on Eastern Parkway, just walk around. I don't do it like I used to, man, because things change, man. People don't know how to have fun nowadays. You know what I mean? Too much violence. And that's just part of what it's supposed to be. Out of chaos, there will come order, and that's what's happening all over the world, all over the country. you know a lot of our people destroying each other. You know what I'm saying? And of course, of course, you have the system promoting it, and laying the foundation for us to be self-destructive. But the point of the matter is, that is just part of what it is. We have to go through that purge, all right, to wake up something in us so we could start loving each other again. You know what I mean? But it starts with the individual God. It starts with the individual God. Okay. And always think about it that way. Whenever you live your life the way you're supposed to, then that's another part of God that's coming together. Okay? I'm going to repeat that. When you live your life the way you're supposed to, as the allegorical Jesus taught, right? That is another part of God that's coming back, going back to the whole. That's going back to the all. You dig what I'm saying? And it's really up to us individually to bring God back into one body, because God is now God is now divided. And I'm not talking about in its absolute sense. I'm talking about the manifestation of God is divided. And when we realize that we have to come together as one and put the pieces together, I am your brother, you are my sister. You know what I'm saying? When we start looking at it that way and respecting each other and honoring each other and uplifting each other, then God will manifest in the flesh and we'll start seeing miracles again. You feel me? But we have to take the responsibility for our own Godhood. We have to. Okay? We have to. It is really that simple. So stop looking for examples and be the example. All right? Stop looking for a savior and be your own savior. Stop looking to change the world. The world is perfect. People are just imperfect, living in a perfect world. You did. So play your own part on making this world a better place. All right? You have to do that because the world is not going to change. The world is going to do what it's going to do. But you have to play your part to make people better people. And a lot of times you think people are not watching. I promise you they are. Okay? I came back into the hood, and I see people I haven't seen in over 20 something years. All right? And actually about 3 days ago, I went to the park and work out. All right? Not the park I normally go to, but another one. All right? And I seen a brother I hadn't seen in about 23 years. And It amazed me. Okay, I was in awe when he started talking. All right, and he said, "Listen, man, 20 something years ago, when you used to be talking, you think people never used to listen. You know what I mean?" And the way he spoke about me is like I wasn't even there. He was talking like I was just amazed. Yes, he was talking about me, and it's things that I said and I did, right? But he was talking about me in such respect, on such pedestal. You know what I mean? And he tell like every time he would hear certain conversations, he would always reflect and say, "Yo, there was this guy that used to come here always talking about this and talking about that, man. And man, a lot of the things y'all doing, y'all learn it from him." You know what I mean? And I was just in awe, not realizing that people was listening to me 20 something years ago and remember vividly every word that I said. So I'm saying all that to say, not to impress you, but to impress upon you. When you think people are not watching, when you think people are not listening, I promise you, you are making an imprint, okay, on people's lives, whether it's good or bad. So what I implore you to do is live good, because that's what people are going to remember. If you live bad, that's what they're going to remember. You're not doing it for them, you're doing it for you. But as a result, it might help somebody else. And after all, that's what we are here for, to build each other, elevate each other. We are living in an interdependent universe, not dependent, but interdependent, meaning that we depend on each other to build. You feel me? Each one teach one, each one build one. And we got to get away from this jealousy, this envy, this animosity we have towards each other, man. If a brother is making it, be happy for him. If a sister is making it, be happy for her. Support them, or just leave them alone. But don't wish them ill will, man. Not realizing the condemnation you bring into your own person because you want to be spiteful to somebody else. Y'all are demons, man, for doing stuff like that. And then you always have a scapegoat. Oh, well, Satan made me do this. No, Satan didn't make you do anything. You did it, not Satan. Stop blaming Satan, poor little old Satan. Always getting the blame for y'all irresponsibility and your wicked and evil ways. Stop it. Satan didn't do you nothing. Even in the Bible, I promise you, go into the Bible and show me one person that Satan killed on his own cognizance. Go ahead and show me. I'll wait. And I promise you, I could go in the Bible and show you millions of people God killed. So what y'all telling me? Why would I want to serve a killer? But I'm gonna leave that alone. See, y'all gotta wake up, man, from this indoctrination, man. Because the book is not what y'all think it is. I don't care what version y'all talk. Oh, well, the book was translated and this and that. Don't matter how, even before it was translated, it had nothing to do with a sky daddy. The further back you go into antiquity, they taught you that you were God. Period. So I don't care what version you go to. I don't care what era you go to. The further back you go, I don't care what kind of scrolls you go to. The reason why they got rid of it is because it was teaching you that you were God. That's the reason why they got rid of it. Point blank. All right. So I've been on here for like about 48 minutes, 49. I'm about to get out of here. Like I said, I'm going to go relax myself, get me like a smoothie, and just free up myself, walk around and just enjoy life like I do, man. Like y'all know, like I said, I'm still working on the book. I'm not going to rush it, but I'm going to keep y'all posting, because like I said, when I'm done with it, it's going to be a book that there's not going to be anything like it, where you'll be able to go to one book and get so much information. You know what I'm saying? So much truth. And I'm going to give, that's going to be one of my gifts to the world. All right. The clothing line is coming out soon too as well. All right. I already did the copyright and everything. So again, that on itself alone, with just the energy of going to be wearing my clothing line, it's a whole different frequency, it's a whole different energy. So that's coming out too. You know what I'm saying? So A lot of great things are in the horizon, so just stay tuned. Chief Kalanago is making his footprint in the world to impact the world. You feel me? Because that's what I came here to do, man. I came here to raise the gods, let you know that you're a God and there's no other God but you. But you can't go around hurting people, deceiving people, and talking about you're a God now. Yeah, you're a God. You're just a fallen God. Because guess what? Even Satan was a God. All right? So that word God, y'all using it too lightly, man. Okay? And don't know what it really means. You feel me? So I'm gonna talk to y'all later. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Have a blissful continuation, and I would suggest you being highly favored and not be less or blessed. All right, be highly favored and not be less or blessed, and know that anything that you want and need and desire is already yours. It's already there waiting for you. All you got to do is speak it, claim it, and know that it's yours. Whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, I promise you it's already yours, because the universe is going to give it to you exactly how you want it, in abundance. All right? Keep that in mind. But you have to be specific. Whenever you're asking the universe for anything, be specific. Don't just ask for a car. The universe will give you a car, but it might be missing brakes. It might be missing a back wheel. It might be missing a transmission. So be specific. Ask the universe for exactly what you want. If you want a woman, don't just ask the universe for a woman. The universe will give you a woman, but she might be missing four front teeth. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with that, but I'm just saying, be specific. Don't just ask the universe for a man. The universe might give you a man with one testicle. You know what I mean? The point I'm making is be specific. Ask the universe for everything that you want and be specific. In the words of Zig Ziglar, be a meaningful specific and stop being a wandering generality. I'm going to repeat that. Be a meaningful specific and stop being a wandering generality. In other words, stop generalizing your wants and needs. Get a pen and a pad and be specific. Ask the universe for exactly what you want. Color, description, make, every single thing. Just be specific. Be an architect that you are of your own life, and watch your life change. I promise you that. I'm not telling you something that I think or I believe. I'm telling you something that I know. That I know. So you guys enjoy the rest of your Labor Day. Be safe and create your reality, because no one else is going to create it for you, but only you. Now, you may get some people to do it with you, but you have to initiate it and you have to be the one in control. All right. So like I said, be blissful, be highly favored, and we'll talk soon. I love y'all.